This episode of Say Less with KAZ, Lowkey and Rosy is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Last year, Mountain Dew launched the Mountain Dew Real Change Opportunity Fund, a commitment from the brand to make tangible investments in black entrepreneurs. In year 2 of the Real Change Initiative, Mountain Dew is partnering with the HBCU Esports League to put a spotlight on HBCU student gamers and fuel their drive into the competitive field of esports by launching the Mountain Dew Real Change Challenge. With a focus on increasing black representation in esports and gaming, the Mountain Dew Real Change Challenge will support HBCU student gamers by sponsoring a nationwide HBCU esports tournament. Gaming fans can tune in to twitch.tv/community, that's twitch.tv/CXMMUNITY, January 27th and 28th, and February 17th and 18th to see who advances to the ultimate game. This message is brought to you by Discover. Did you know you could reduce the number of unwanted calls and emails with online privacy protection? The latest innovation from Discover. Discover will help you regularly remove your personal info, like your name and address, from 10 popular people search websites that could sell your data, and they'll do it for free. Activate in the Discover app. See terms and learn more at discover.com/online privacy protection.
So you swapping out somebody for Beyonce?
We swapping somebody out.
We swapping out.
Love the Hive, love Beyonce, but I'm just like, Beyonce's more of a total package. You know what I mean? Do we hate on Beyonce a lot? It's not hating. It's just we feel
I've
like,
always said that she can't sing.
not that she can't sing. That's
For as much as you love Hov, you can't shit
What does one have to do
Beyonce
with the other?
that they're married.
All right, yeah, okay, cool. The fuck that got to do with me? I'm talking about talent, not personal life.
What's poppin', people? Welcome back to another episode of Say Less with KAZ.
Yo.
Lowkey.
What's poppin', man?
It's Timbs.
Your construction pants.
And Rosy.
What's good, Rosy?
Construction pants. What's up, man?
This is a very lively episode already because it was a very heavy debate that was going on. We'll introduce our guest in a minute who helped spark this debate. But we want to welcome our good friend of this show. Shout out Billy for bringing him in. Neek Bucks, welcome, brother.
Happy New Year.
Harlem's own.
Happy New Year.
Good to have you here, man. Happy New Year. It's the only way we want to start off Say Less before we get it going. Shout out to everybody who supports the show. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/Kazeem. Make sure you go to the Patreon. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff so you can never miss an episode, never miss a clip, never miss anything. Neek, what's going on, brother?
The deal, man.
Before the show started, we're going to get into the music. We're going to get into the new album. We're getting into everything. Very important conversation happening right now. Right?
Very important.
Our good friend Billy J, who you may know, he's off camera right now, manager to the stars.
Probably best.
Low came in, fresh butters. Neek came in, fresh butters. All right? Two very different styles of tying the Timbs, right? And before we started, Billy, who sparked this conversation, said you could tell a lot about somebody by how they tie their constructs up. Now, Low said, please, I don't want to take any words out of your mouth.
There's
but
nothing to say.
In so many words, Billy said, people who tie your Timbs loosely are irresponsible people. Is that how he said? You didn't say it was irresponsible people? For their own health. Okay. Low responded by saying,
like, I'm tired of this shit.
Crazy.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit about a lot of shit. So
what can we know?
There's nothing to know about the way I tie my Timbs. I tie my Timbs because these shoes are fucking heavy. And I walk a lot, so I would like to make sure I'm not slipping out these shoes.
Now, this is a very important
conversation. I don't care about
style.
But
if the shoe fits,
I don't care about style. I don't care about what borough you from. I don't care about how much weed you smoke or how much liquor you drink. I'm just saying, like, a lot of niggas correlate that. Oh, you tie your Timbs and this, that, and I haven't gotten so many jokes about me tying my Timbs. It's like, all right, what is that?
That's the right answer.
That's
how
it.
he answered it is, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. So like, if
when you argue with me about,
then we gonna have a problem.
Right, there you go. Then
we gonna have an issue.
Like, all right, look, I don't care. This is how I wear my boots. But when you argue with me about it,
then it's like I gotta get into the bag of like you know taking your shit. Now I have to get at your shit. You know, because you asking me to get at me.
In a perfect world, you know what I mean? It wouldn't matter how you wear your Timbs, but it is January. This is a very New York podcast. It's a very important topic, right? Like, the snow hasn't really hit yet, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't really got that. It's not like I got short sleeves on at the beginning of January right now. I'm enjoying the global warming. But, you know, this is a very important topic because, you know, Tim's season is here. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like palm reading for New Yorkers, right? Like, if you read somebody's palm, and you can tell somebody's future and whatnot. By looking at somebody's Timbs, whether, you know,
I can't tell shit about him, and he can't tell shit about me based on how our Timbs are tied.
That's not true.
That's not true. But try.
That's not true.
Hold on, try.
That's not true.
That's not true. What can you tell about me based on how my Timbs are tied?
Just look at him. Just look at him.
Just based on, we never really met, so just, what can you say?
Just look at him really good.
If we never spoke, like, cause now I know your mindset of them. Like, I don't care. I would be like, you know,
just say it.
You can't hurt his feelings.
He got his boots choked up. We might potentially record and make a joke out of it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I mean, we don't tie boots. Yeah. At least, you know what I mean? Where I'm from, or I don't want to make it an age thing, but my age bracket. Like if I did a poll, no, not old.
Are we getting ages
not old.
I know you a young. I know you a newcomer. You a young fella.
Look, it's not about being old.
Okay,
look, I'm saying this. Look, I did a poll on the boots. Me and Billy stood side by side. And I took a picture of our boots. His tied, mine loose. How I wear them. So I posted the poll.
Okay,
blew them out. 300 to like 24, right? Now, if he would have did it, right? If he would have did a poll, his fan base probably would have been the other way around.
Because you say you got old friends, that's why. So the old dudes. He said I'm responsible. That's why.
You told me how you wear your boots determine where you at in life. And I disagree. I completely disagree.
I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't. You know, I. At this point in my life, at the age that I'm at, I'm like, yo, bro, like if that's what it is, that's what it is. Like the cool kids say, I choke my boots, then you know that's just what the fuck it is.
Timbs are made specifically like differently than sneakers. That like, you know, if you got, you know, some ones on, you could slip them on and you still feel a little bit of snuggishness to it, right? Timbs is different. Like you snug it on, and you know, if you don't tie them a little bit, you got a little. It's a little heavy, you know what I mean? There's a lot more room.
You see that?
You can move them
They
toes.
ain't going nowhere.
Listen, you do that a couple more times, that's only gonna do a front foot right into the skin.
That was about 10 times. They didn't even go nowhere.
I done seen it too many times. People come in and flip their boot up, knock people out. But my goodness, we so happy to have Neek over here, man. East Harlem's on. You've been on the rise for a minute, and you know, you linked up with HitMaka, incredible producer. For a number of your projects, the El Barrio projects were incredible. Love the 2 Chainz records as well. Blessed to the Max.
Yes, my brother.
Drop in February.
Yep.
HitMaka, the executive producer, got a lot of stars, a lot of heavy hitters on that. Talk to me about what led to the naming of that album, and what can we expect from it?
You know, I just feel like I'm blessed. I feel like it's a title that everybody could relate to. You know what I mean? Being alive, us waking up today, we all blessed. You know, we all have family, you know, that we love dearly, healthy, you know what I mean? We're not in the casket, you know what I mean? There's so much to, you know, to be that we blessed about. So I just took the title. I just wanted to make something that was like real relatable.
Yeah.
Everyone. Yeah.
Man, and you from East Harlem, you know what I mean? I could tell by the El Barrio titles, folks who may not be from New York, that is the nickname of the East Harlemites over there. And, you know, it's everybody who watches Harlem from a distance thinks it's all Harlemites are built similarly. That couldn't be further from the truth. East Harlem is very much different than
glad you said that, man.
Columbia side,
West.
Apollo West. You know what I mean? For folks who may have not visited Harlem or never go past what used to be over there by the Pathmark? What they build, a Whole Foods now?
Oh shit!
You don't go past the Whole Foods, right? It's a food bazaar now. All right, so if you go past, I want to say 4th or 5th Ave, and then you get down to the other streets, it's a little bit more testy on the East Harlem side than it is on the other side. Can you describe a little bit what makes East Harlem different from the rest of Harlem?
So you know, it's the East and it's the West. We when you pass, say when you get to Lenox Ave, when you get to Lenox,
okay,
you on like the West. We just different. We more projects.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a projects. The West is like got side blocks. Like you have a 40th and Lennox.
There's brownstones.
Yeah.
Right. It's like side blocks. We more of a project based
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? So you know what they say about people like project babies? Like we all crazy over there.
So I
crazy
lived
over
on
there.
124th and Second for like
Oh, yeah,
almost
you-
10 years.
yeah.
That big, I
Right.
forgot the name of the building, but it's a nice building on 124th and Second. But
exactly.
it's always like I've always called East Harlem like the last bit of like real Harlem left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Harlem that I grew up like around, because it's just gotten so gentrified. Because whatever, it's great. Like people
Right.
make money, they want to spend money to live in Midtown. I get it. You move uptown,
Right.
but it's just. It's crazy to me growing up and just knowing that white folks just didn't walk around like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you said you were 28 before, right?
Yeah, I'm
28. I mean, just growing up around that area or just playing basketball around that area, I just knew just how different it was to where it is now. I mean, they got a Whole Foods there now. It's basically a tourist attraction.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
You got a mall.
you got mall,
Right,
great
I understand.
eateries, you know what I'm saying? Like you got places that, folks want to come to Sylvia's and try Sylvia's and name
Right.
Roots, these world famous.
That's like Sylvia's and all that stuff is on the West. So
Yeah, that's
I would
West
say
side.
the West side.
It's
You go
touristy.
to the West for the food.
Yeah.
For the, you know what I mean? The Apollo.
Yeah.
Like they got a little
Shopping
bit
a
more of
little
a, like
bit,
a
yeah.
Harlem look.
Yeah.
Like us, it's real like it's real still kind of like trenchy over there.
Yeah.
And what's dope about us is, it's a lot of different ethnicities. Like you come to the east side of Harlem and your building where you live at, it'll be it's somebody that's Jamaican, a Mexican, a Dominican, Puerto Rican, African American, Italian, Pleasant Avenue. You get what I'm saying? So we just got all these different cultures and ethnicity over there. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of energy on the
It
east
was
side.
hella Spanish where I was at.
Yeah.
In the barrio.
I took a wrong turn into one of those projects one day, and I was like, man, just act like you know where you're going. That's all I did.
You
I
fit
was
right in, man. You
I
fit
was
right
like,
in.
but I didn't know where the fuck I was going.
Yeah, you definitely fit right in.
God damn, me and that Ricardo's and shit.
That's what we do, got. We got Ricardo's.
Ricardo's is
Yeah.
fire, bro.
We got
Ricardo's
Ricardo's.
is fire. Can never front over that steakhouse, man. So let's talk about El Barrio and El Barrio 2, man. Obviously, when you're working up to a project that has, HitMaka, who's been just absolutely on fire as a producer, and I think you got Wiz Khalifa on his new project, Raekwon. I want to say a number of other
CeeLo
artists.
Green?
CeeLo Green, my goodness, CeeLo Green on the album. Saw the 2 Chainz single that did incredibly well. I mean, talk to me about, I always feel like when I'm talking to artists, those first projects, when you're still trying to like really establish yourself, feel like they're the most genuine version of you, because you still hungry. You haven't even had a sliver, a taste of like that real success. Do you think that was sort of the situation for you for those first 2 mixtapes, or how did you really approach this new project as opposed to the first 2?
So the first 2 I kind of recorded still in the hood. You know what I mean? My situation wasn't that good. I was still like, it was still more raw and authentic at that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just kept working myself up, kept dropping, just being consistent, and I stumbled into my new team. You know what I mean? Me and Hit obviously share the same business partner, manager, Billy. You know what I mean? And he connected us, and it's just been like dope ever since. He's super hard working. You know what I mean? I'm like that too. You know what I mean? And we just came up with this project, and I don't know. I don't even know how to think about how it came about, because it was just so natural. You know what I mean?
And I love, just as a music fan, like I love just when an artist and a producer just lock in together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm cool when like, if there's a bunch of dope producers and you can just tap in a few people and get that together. But there's something about just like building the chemistry with one dude that just usually makes some special music together. Do you feel like you got that chemistry with HitMaka?
Yeah, I mean, I got the kind of personality that's just like, it go with everybody. I'm not too hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see how you move, I see what you like, I see what you don't like, and I try just to be easy going so we could get the work done. You know what I mean? But yeah, me and Berg, we hit it off. That's my guy.
During that process, you guys were together throughout the entire process of the album. Like he was in that studio with you, constructing the beats, guiding you, helping you put pieces together. Was there a time that you guys bumped heads creatively? Because creatives, we bump
That'll
heads.
happen.
It'll happen. Especially making an album with just, that specific one
Like
person.
plays and coaches, right?
Yeah,
like,
did y'all bump heads? Did y'all bump heads
I
at
think
any
the only
time?
time we bump heads was when it came down to track listing.
Okay.
I kind of let him lead. You know what I mean? I've been I've been leading myself this whole time. So for once, I wanted to step back and, you know, let somebody else show me how to do it. Somebody who actually sold records, somebody who did something in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of let him take the lead, and I'm satisfied with it. I like it. I like how it came out. I love how it came out.
And like, I don't want to, you know, push to the future too much because this album hasn't dropped yet. But what do you think you're gonna apply to the next project working with Berg and what he's taught you?
I think for the next one, I want to tap into more of like a more hip hop, more of a rap, more of me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? On the elevated level, bigger beats. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it. This project here was kind of like versatile. I'm showing people that I could make more records than just being a freestyle rapper.
Yeah.
Somebody who just put the pain beats on and go. It's bigger than that. It's more vibes. It's more different things. But for the next one, I just want to go high level rap. I just want to, you know, show people I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I like your music off rip, because it's like, you know, I mean, you know, love the drill guys. Drill guys is great. You know what I'm saying? That's fun, you know, but lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Like you hit the freestyle spots, you hit the radios. Like, I feel like that's becoming a little bit of a lost art, especially for the newer artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always feel like they're almost too good to go freestyle, almost too good to, you know.
We can understand you.
We can hear your words.
We can hear your words.
You're saying. So, I mean, you got to have some sort of influences that let you know, like, hey, man, like, when I want to do my music, I want to do my music like XYZ was like. Was that the same for you? Who really influenced you as an artist?
So I want to say I've been a 50 fan. That's who made me want to rap. Like,
Really?
50 made me want to rap.
Okay. What specific
you gotta
project?
think-
From Jump, like from Get Rich, or before that?
I think Get Rich or Die Trying like did it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then later on, I went back to the mixtapes and stuff like that. But I want to say, Get Rich or Die Trying came out 2003.
Yeah.
I'm probably like 8, 9 years old at the time. So 50 on TV with a bulletproof vest on.
myself. Oh, man. I was like, that was my high school, man. Damn. But nah, go ahead.
He on TV with a bulletproof vest and guns. So, you know, a kid, he's like an action figure to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like G.I. Joe.
Right.
Yeah, I just naturally gravitated to him. And then he rapping and shit. I was just liking, I just fell in love with rap right then and there.
Yeah.
It was the style of just like, yo, who is this guy?
Right.
This shit kind of resembles the things that I'm seeing.
Right.
And he's on TV.
How the fucking
But then why
geniuses.
aren't you-
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
So it's like, how can I do that same shit
Yeah.
and do it better?
So why didn't you name the thing Neighborhood 50 instead of Neighborhood Hove?
That's a good question, right? Nah, but you know, so me studying hip hop, the game, Hove come up was more like mine, I think, because I felt like how he stayed down, with his team. You know what I mean? It was kind of hard for them to get a situation at first. He was kind of a little older when he really got his shot. I just really gravitated to his come up, and that's why I just put the Neighborhood Hove stamp on it. And we the biggest to do it where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Copy.
How does your block, your neighborhood, your counterparts, how do they look at you and your process of where you started and where you are now?
it's love. I mean, it's so many rappers now where I'm from that I did it first. You know what I mean? I was the one. Nobody really. I mean, it was a group called MEM before me. It was like people who did their thing, but nobody did it like how we did it. You know what I'm saying? And it's multiple rappers now, and it come from us. We started that. They saw me moving around and really doing something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nah, that's Bucks. I could do that shit. That's bro. He was just in the trap with us. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of motivation.
Do the youngins come to you, like, for advice? Or the young boys come to you and then ask? And
I try to keep them with me as much as I can. Like, when I went on tour with Benny, I swap them out. I can't have all of them at one time. That's too much energy. I can't have them all at the same time, but I swap them out. All right, we about to drive to Atlanta. Come on, get in the car. Let's go. We going to Detroit. Come on, let's go. I just try to, keep them around as much as I could.
That's dope.
You talked about being influenced by 50, and you've gotten to work with a lot of incredible artists that are very established. And I guess by osmosis, like a lot of young artists, you kind of see things from a different perspective from folks who have lived it that could kind of like put you in a different sort of trajectory for the rest of your career. Yeah. Between like the 2 Chainz of the world, the Wizzes, the HitMakers, all these other people, is there any art being on tour with Benny the Butcher? Has there been any artist that you saw that kind of like changed your perspective on how you want to carry your career, or did you see something that was like, oh man, I never looked at it that way, or did any of the artists come up to you and be like, yo, like, sort of like give you some advice on how to carry yourself?
So it's 2 artists that I came upon like in this journey that changed my perspective. Now when I was on tour, it was J. Cole. When I got a chance to meet Cole, he was performing Detroit. I forgot the arena. With the Pistons play.
Okay.
Little
Caesars,
yeah.
right. So I got to watch the show. We got to watch the show. Dope ass show.
Yeah.
One of the best shows I've ever been to in my life. And then after the show, I got a chance to meet him. You know what I mean? And just how his personality, how laid back he is, his demeanor, how down to earth, and it just was crazy. It's like, yo, this superstar, this guy, like that just rocked the show in front of 30,000 people was just like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that changed my perspective. And Wiz.
Yeah.
Wiz is just so at peace at life, and he's just like, I don't know.
Those are 2 artists
Word.
I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
I've gotten to, as a former writer in magazines and stuff like that, like those are people's rise I got to see. So like I'm always been such a big fan of just Dreamville and Cole in general, just because of what you said, like the way he carried, like bro was riding the buses here, you know what I'm saying, when, you know what I mean, Dollar and the Dream was out, you know what I'm saying, and it hasn't changed since. I think the last time I saw Cole was, I think this was, I forgot the tour when he was walking around in the jumpsuit, in the orange jumpsuit, and you know, he was in the Bay Area in Oakland, and same shit, it's almost like the same thing you said, where it's like, yo, it's almost like he doesn't know he's a megastar.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
crazy.
It's like crazy. Everybody just has this on Dreamville just has this humbleness about them. You know what I mean? Like nobody's bigger than nobody else. And I just love the way they carry themselves. And the thing you said about Wiz too, same thing. Wiz is, since day one, has been like the coolest motherfucker I've ever seen. That's why when I saw that video when he was bugging out, I'm like, God, the DJ must have fucked up. Like, Wiz the coolest nigga I ever seen in my life. Like, you must have really got him on his bad side, bro. Like, super chill dude.
Nah, Wiz stays out the way, makes his music the way he wants to make his music, and just doesn't have any problems, any issues. It's just like, yo, this is me over here. You're welcome, but don't bring that bullshit. Do you feel like you're on that same kind of trajectory?
That's me. Yeah. That's me naturally. I'm just naturally like that. I'm not like I don't do too much. I just want to, you know, I do music because, you know, it's how I express myself. I'm a super quiet person. I'm to myself. But I do music because it's just like therapeutic for me when I'm just, you know, jotting down my thoughts or what I'm going through. Yeah, and I just, for the most part, I just like to chill. I like to laugh. I'm not like,
crack jokes.
I'm not on that. I'm not on what everybody might think, because I come off a little, you know, standoffish, but I just be in my own world. I just love to have fun. I love to chill. That's me. That's why I think I like them 2 guys so much. I see that it worked for them. Like they successful.
It's good energy to put out
like,
too, man. Like
what you put out is what you get.
Right. Yes. You
and
know?
it's like, and somebody that may not know you, and hearing this conversation, they'll probably understand a little bit more about you. With this project, someone who's never heard your music, what would you want that person to take away from this specific project? Because it's a pretty big star-studded lineup with a big producer, and this is putting you on a different stage. So what do you want people to take away from this if they've never heard your music before?
Like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but he ready. Like, like, I don't know who this is, but damn, he's ready. Like, he's ready. He has it. It's like the pockets are good. He taking me on a ride. I mean, it's pain. He made me want to cry. He made me want to dance. Oh, he could talk to the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just has it. He's just, who's this guy?
And you know what I respect most about it all? A proper rollout, man. I love a fucking proper rollout.
Man.
Like, I'm tired of people like, yo, here's the album. Here's the project. Like, nah, son, do the media tours, work the singles, work the guest features, work all that. Like, you know, artist development is such a lost art. And I feel like a lot of people who didn't really come up seeing the growth of the artist is the reason why they burn out so quickly.
Right.
It's like our fans don't have anything to attach themselves to. It's like if you just came on out of nowhere, you have this hot song and it's hot, like I don't have any real investment in you. You know what I'm saying?
Who was the last artist like that?
What? That just kind of came
That
and
just came
popped
out of
up?
nowhere and we're like,
Name one. Like this
I mean, they all come out of
like,
nowhere.
Yeah, like everybody just comes up, has a record, and then like, I mean, gosh, I can't, I don't know what was the hottest song last year, but like it'd be hard pressed to see if that person's still around, because unless you have a fan base or a community behind you that's really like building you up, you could have a record or two or an album that doesn't really do well, but that those people will always support you. You coming from Harlem, you know what I mean, is different too. Like New York is that New York, I don't want to say bias or whatever, but like, you know, it's hard to make it out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the easiest thing. Do you feel like just in the way you've sort of like rolled out your projects and rolled out your songs and rolled out your album, that community that you're building isn't just from, you know, the music you're creating, but from the fact that like you're from East Harlem and people know who you are, and Harlem is such a entwined community that they want to support you with whatever you do?
Yeah, I mean the East Side is a small part of Harlem. See, I came in when I came in this shit. I came in with Jim. Yeah, right. Jim brought me showed me the industry, showed me it was bigger than my block, right? But I wanted to kind of do my own thing. I didn't take the Dipset approach.
I was gonna ask you about that.
I didn't take none of that. I didn't take none of them approaches. Whoever came before me, like Mason's another one of my mentors, one of my big bros. But I never played that side like too close because I wanted to build my own thing. I'm from the East Side. We don't follow nobody. We don't. We are the trend. We do our own thing. And me being a spokesperson for that, I got to carry it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why I get so much support and love where I'm from, because I'm carrying it how I want to carry it. I didn't go that way. I didn't go the Dipset way. I didn't go, like, I'm cool on all that.
You feel like you are the voice of East Harlem?
I am, 100%. Okay. That's me. When you could go to any block over there, any corner, any projects, I'm him. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. This is like, I won't get up here and say nothing I can't back up. You know what I mean? Like,
because they won't see this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They won't say it's like, man, you over here capping. You mentioned not taking the Dipset route and you know, Jim kind of coming in and helping you sort of you know, navigate the industry initially. You know, it's hard to escape the Dipset influence in Harlem, man, especially, you know, our sort of age group. Even though it has worked out for you for a while, was there ever any times where you're just like, man, let me put on this bandana, let me put on this chain or something?
Nah, I always hold Jim to the highest level though. Yeah, like, cause he believed in me first. Like nobody,
good brother that dude too.
Yeah,
man.
Nobody ain't no. I've been rapping for a while, you know, before I got with him. But he was the first person to believe in me, and you know, actually take money out of his pocket, put me on a flight. Take me to Miami, take me to Atlanta, show me. So I always hold him at a high regard. No one can never disrespect him. No one can never tell me anything about that man. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. He's always held to the top level. But I just like to do my own thing. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm from the East. I do my own thing. You know what I mean?
Jim has been through so many transitions of this industry, like years and decades, seeing people come and go. Riffs with the team, this, that, and the third, riffs with some of the biggest artists. What's one of the things that he's kind of like, you know, helped you understand about navigating through this industry?
I mean, yeah, he taught me how to move, like just how to be safe. He taught me safety. Anytime we've been out, it's always been about safety, you know, making it home. And just our conversations, we talk about a lot that I can't even speak on about camera, on camera, you know what I'm saying? Because he put me on to so much things. I mean, basically on just how to navigate through the industry, just how to move, you know, staying down, you know what I mean, staying consistent, dropping back to back. Like, you see how hard he worked? Yeah. Jim dropped, what, like four or five projects?
I feel like Jim's gotten better with age, bro.
That's an argument that I make all the time.
I'm like the albums Jim put out now is way. I mean, I love the old stuff, but I'm like, bro, just like skill level.
You could just tell. You could tell that he's still a student of the game.
Nah, for sure.
At that age, that's what you wanted. You aspire to be. To keep learning.
I think back then, he sold swag more than you know, music. He sold swag. He's very cultural. You know, them guys is.
Oh, they said a ton of trends, man.
Yeah. When it come to that, forget about it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Doesn't go further than that, man. Let's talk about the new single, Count on You. Yeah. What it's called. It's a little bit slower. You know what I mean? It's for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like, was that a bit of a departure for you as far as
definitely
being an East Harlem dude?
Definitely something different. Definitely something different. I'm an R&B guy though.
Really?
So I don't mind making them songs. It's not for like when I make those songs, it's not for people.
Yeah. Because they're going to support you regardless.
Right. That's more of the music. If I could sing, forget it. Oh, my God.
Why have you tried? You tried?
I mean, I mess with the tune. You see, like, if you listen to that, you can see. But if I had one of them voices, forget about it.
I mean, listen, not to take you away
Talk your
not to take you away from the single, but favorite R&B artist. Not artist, vocalist.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a good
Yo,
question.
look, it's very controversial, but I gotta say, I gotta be honest.
Be honest.
Hells, man.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is what we doing.
Yo, look,
It's
I understand. I
No,
get
I
it.
get-
I
okay,
get it. I
okay,
get it.
okay.
I get it.
I'ma hear you
Do
out.
Look,
I'ma hear
now
you out.
look.
I don't
Do I
wanna-
support his antics and what he did? No, of course not. Hell no. I got a daughter. I don't play that. We don't deal with no pedophile stuff. We don't do. But when it comes to talent, like if we talking talent, come on. Who else? Who better?
I hear where you coming from, bro. I hear you. The catalog is
Forget the catalog.
the
Let's
top
talk about
tier, the
talent,
songwriting,
the voice,
voice,
everything.
I get
the
it.
whole pocket, performance, everything.
Man,
Bruh,
Surviving R. Kelly got more sequels than like, yo. You know how long I tried to put that to the back of my head, like, yo.
Look, we can't deny the talent though, man.
Did you
We
watch
can't deny the
Surviving R.
talent.
Kelly?
You can
Yeah,
deny it a
terrible,
little bit.
terrible guy, terrible person.
You can deny it a little bit.
Terrible person.
Great artist.
The worst person.
It's
Yeah.
impossible to not to front on what he's contributed as.
Yeah, man. Who would you say? Who
Why you look
like
sad about
R&B
it?
artist?
Does it have to be male? Oh, Whitney Houston.
I was about to say Whitney. Whitn's mine too.
All right.
Whitney's mine too. Like she's just
It's just there. That's it.
vocally and just like song catalog as well. Like just A1 top tier. But I mean, I feel you on R. Kelly.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, man.
It hurts. It hurts us.
It
It hurt us all as a community. That's the thing. It's like, yo, as much. It's not like we didn't know. It's not like we
don't
didn't
know.
hear these things.
We're not gonna do this.
No. Hear me out. Hear me
We're
out.
definitely not gonna do this.
Hear me out.
I respect, yo, Nick.
Hear
I
me out.
respect it. I respect it. But we're not about the deep dive now. We're not about the.
I'm not.
Cut it now.
I am not making excuses for this man,
Bro,
at
you're
all.
building up the excuse.
At all.
I want to hear what he got to say.
I kind of want to hear it.
But if you were born after the 1990s, right, and you had no real clue of just how massive this dude was at one point, right, and you're just reading the stories, watching the videos and all this type of stuff, and you know that we knew that he was doing this shit, and he was still dropping hits. That just speaks to how good the music was.
So this been going on.
What?
I was gonna say,
Bro,
did we?
Piss on You came out in what, 2001, 2002? That was Chappelle's show. He had a whole song and dance about the joint. Like,
That's a fact.
went viral before viral, right? Like, you know, like we been knew he was doing this shit, and like it's still like we still did not care. Like that just spoke to how much niggas loved his music. Like we was even God.
Hey, bro, ain't got shit to say about
Bro,
this.
we all saw the tape in barbershops. Like, depending on which barbershop you went to, you could go and cop this shit. The original one, the one that they played in the damn in the jury, in the court. Right?
Can't deny the talent, man. He's a terrible person.
A horrible person.
A terrible person. But y'all actually
Bottom five.
Listen.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's fact. Listen, you're not
top
lying.
5 catalog, bottom 5 person.
Yeah.
dog.
Right. You're not lying. You're not
The
lying.
shit, the gap's too large. Like, so it's just like, all right, I'll believe it. I'll believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's funny you brought that up because of that Rolling Stones list and like how I forgot who they had. Jake, do you know who they had in that top 10 of greatest voices and singers? All I know is there was a lot of
White people.
heavy emissions.
White people?
over there.
That too.
Every West Indian I know was flabbergasted that Celine Dion wasn't on his list.
Celine Dion wasn't
There
there.
wasn't?
Pink wasn't on there.
Pink?
Yeah, Pink wasn't.
You
She's
a pink girl? You like Pink?
You're pink.
no, she
girl.
can sing.
That girl.
She can sing.
Yeah, she got vocals.
Yeah.
She got
Yeah,
vocals.
she can
Wait,
sing.
so who was on the list?
I remember light skin Pink. Remember light skin when Pink was light skin for a couple years when she had like Babyface producing for her and shit.
Oh.
And then she went white and started
Yeah, a
doing
lot
Cirque
of
du Soleil and shit.
white R&B. A lot of white R&B artists.
Jake, when you get a chance, get me that top 10 of the Rolling Stones. I'll repeat them as you say them so they can hear it. But that was very controversial. That vocal.
Well, I mean, like that, and that's what I was talking about it the other day. I think they had Aaliyah at 40, and I'm like,
You heard about
40?
the hate to bring it back to
That
R.
was an
Kelly.
order? It was like an order?
Yeah, they ranked them.
So it was number 1.
Okay, I can feel that.
Whitney
Okay,
Houston number
Aretha
2.
Franklin number 1,
Whitney
Whitney Houston
Houston
number 2. Sam
Sam
Cooke number
Cooke
3.
number
three.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that
I'm not
neither.
That's a
mad
solid
at
top
that.
3. Okay. Billie Holiday number 4. Okay.
Okay.
Mariah Carey number
I'm
5.
not mad
I was
at
waiting
this
for
so
Mariah.
far.
I'm like, Mariah got to be top
I think
5.
Mariah should have been a little bit lower.
Really?
I agree.
What?
I agree with
Miss
that.
Christmas?
She's been a little bit
Captain
lower.
Christmas?
Why?
She should have been at least like 1 through 4, 1 through 3.
Oh, you mean higher in the list?
Oh, yeah, higher.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you meant like
I thought you meant
lower.
like should have been
No.
lower.
I'm like,
higher,
damn,
higher.
I
Got
like
it,
Mariah.
My fault.
Okay, so Mariah at 5, Ray Charles at 6,
Mm.
Stevie at 7,
7.
Beyonce 8. Beyonce at 8?
Beyonce at 8.
9 and 10?
Ready?
Otis Redding,
Redding.
and Al
Al
Green.
Green.
What
Yeah,
you
top
think about that top 10 right there?
That's dope. Shit.
That's a fine top
Oh,
10.
hell yeah.
That
Pissed
top
off a lot
10.
of
You
people.
know what? Yeah. Well,
Why did piss
Can
off
I be
people?
honest?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I think
it was the
people miss
admission.
You're gonna say Sam Cooke.
Nah.
It was the admission of
Talking
Celine
about
Dion.
vocally.
If you say Mariah, I'm gonna
Nah.
throw something at you.
No, Mariah could fuck around and be number 1 to me. She's got an all-time voice. Mariah and Whitney is 1,
That's-
2.
yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
That's
the
why
one,
when
two
they did that one track
interchange
together, it
them.
fucked us up.
Yeah.
That's the 1, 2
Nah, that's a
knockout.
lot of people that's missing on that top 10.
I think
though.
Beyonce is much more performance than vocalist.
So who would you
know what
swap
I
her
mean?
out with?
Singers and sangers.
Sangers.
Yeah. Like she is a singer.
She's
Like
not a singer.
sangers with the A in it. Like you gotta some church.
Number
you gotta have
8.
some-
Wait, so you swapping out somebody for Beyonce?
We swapping somebody
who
out.
we
with
swapping
Beyonce.
out
I love
for?
the Hive, love Beyonce, but I'm just like,
Who would
Who
you
do you
swap her out
Beyonce's
for?
more of a total package. You know what I mean? Do we hate on Beyonce a lot? It's not hating. It's just we feel
I've
like
always said that she can't sing.
not that she can't sing. That's
For as,
not-
much as you love
she's-
Hov,
no,
you
she-
can't shit
What
on
does one have to
Beyonce
do with
like
the
that.
other?
That they're married.
All right, yeah, okay, cool. The fuck that got to do with me? I'm talking about talent, not personal life.
Yeah.
I think
Jesus
she's not
Christ.
strong vocally.
I think she's strong vocally, but I think we give her
As
a lot
strong.
of. I think we give her a lot of credit because of her total package. Like
Yeah.
everything that comes with the Beyonce experience is like, oh yeah, of course she's top 10. Nobody's gonna question that.
Don't
But when
get
you
it-
just
don't-
listening to voices and like how.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying she
Okay, so
can't
who are we
sing.
swapping her out for?
You tell us.
Shit.
Damn. Gosh.
Nick, who you tell us?
You
Who-
know
who
what's
we swap out
crazy?
for?
I be out for.
Yeah.
Uh,
You said Prince?
A vocalist?
I'm about to say like I might mess around and throw. I don't know if Prince is vocally there though.
He's on that list though.
He's on the list. He's number 16.
See?
Yeah, not mad at that.
what is Mike for?
Mike is like 86.
Really?
Jackson?
Michael was 86.
Jackson?
I think.
Jackson?
Jermaine's brother?
Mike was 86.
It's,
I think.
What?
The Isley brother up there. What's my
Ronald
guy's
Isley?
Yeah, he not up there.
I don't think.
Oh,
Wow,
that is
man.
right. Give me
That's crazy.
Man, how old are you
run some
for real?
names. Scroll down and run some names
I'm on
and give me a
point.
number. Give me like 5.
It's a couple people.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the Levert from the OJs?
Who?
Frank Sinatra 19.
Oh.
Marvin Gaye had more. Marvin Gaye was more of a sultry, like smooth. You know,
Very, very smooth. Very,
You know what I'm
just,
saying?
yeah, soulful.
When I'm thinking vocalist, I'm thinking like straight up. Who? Adele. I can fuck with Adele being on that list. Definitely.
that makes
Adele's
sense.
a beast. Jennifer Hudson.
Where's she at?
Yeah.
I think Fantasia's on
Always
there.
on my.
Hold on.
Jasmine Sullivan.
I was gonna say, damn, what's that girl's name? Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, she's on there.
Yeah, CJ.
I like her.
I like Christina Aguilera too.
Okay.
I like
All right.
Christina
She
Aguilera.
got some skills.
Shaka Khan, yep.
Shaka. That's my shit right there.
Yeah.
God damn. Oh man, sorry that we completely
Went off the rails.
off the rails of the R&B conversation. Oh man, you have CeeLo on the album. You got Tink. You have Wiz, Raekwon. Who was the most? I know you mentioned how cool it was to work with Wiz, but like, was there anybody in there that surprised you on how cool they were to work with on this album?
Nah, so a lot of the features we got on. I mean, yeah, I gotta say CeeLo though,
Yeah.
cause I went
What was
that
how did
experience?
that
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah, what?
I feel like CeeLo don't do
You
a
can't
lot
just say
lately.
that.
You know what I mean?
Cause we went to Atlanta
Yeah.
to go link with CeeLo, and CeeLo, you know, that's CeeLo. So it's
Yeah,
like,
get
damn,
him
that's
up,
CeeLo.
man.
So we
Hella
got,
Grammys.
yeah, I got a chance to kick it with him, and CeeLo, we got the footage of this too when we recorded him saying this. he was like, yo, like, brother, like, you took me back to, like, a time in my life. Like, I haven't been in this, like, kind of, like, space with a song like this, because I'm, you know, it's like a street song. I'm telling my story. And
Did he
like,
sing the hook?
Yeah, he did the hook.
Okay.
He's like, yo, like, hearing this just take me back to a time in my life. And that was, like, dope to me. Like, damn, that's CeeLo saying that to me.
Bro, like, there's so many people that grew up on Goody Mob and seen him. I mean, obviously, we love when our artists evolve and Gnarls Barkley and all that type of stuff. And he done touched the world with his music and stuff like that. But when you get an artist like that to bring him back to where he came from, his roots, which is street shit, gutter shit, like, that is hella impressive. I can't wait to hear that record. That's gonna be fantastic, man. Neek, man, love Harlem. I lived in Harlem a long time.
Yeah, you lived on a block too.
Yeah, I was on
you lived on a block.
I was right across the street. It was a nice luxury apartment on one side, and then right across the street was all the projects.
Yeah,
I lived right across the street.
I never understood that.
It was projects. It was the police department right here, and our nice little building right in the corner, right before you go on the FDR, I want to say, or GWB or some shit. Not GWB, the other train, whatever.
Yeah, you lived right. Yeah, you lived on the block on the block.
Right in the
I seen some things. I was like, yeah, it's time for me to get out of here.
Well, I might have.
I'm making good money now. I gotta get out of here.
My man taught me how to sell dime bags on that block. Like, funny shit. It used to be a Chinese restaurant right there.
Yes,
right?
slamming
no,
too.
it's still there.
It's still there.
It was a one before that. We called it Maymay's.
Oh man,
the
okay,
best chicken ever though,
bro.
Like, it was like the best wings.
There
The
was-
fact that you have to learn how to sell dime bags. Like,
Nah.
What's wrong with that?
Everybody been taught how to do something.
Just some New York shit.
I would hope
like,
they wouldn't just throw you out there in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, nigga.
Give it a shot.
You go out there, and get
teach
locked
you how to
up.
bag up and
You
shit, like-
get locked up for direct sale your first day out there. Because you don't know how the shit operate. You just like this in front of. You gotta show you how to do
Nigga
it.
don't know how to have the stash spot. You don't do none of that
You
shit.
doing 2 years, your first time selling
All
drugs.
your shit's on you.
Yeah, all your shit's on you. Like, you don't got nigga walking to the deli with a pound of, like, bro, this not how you do this. Bag that shit up and put it away.
You got marked money, all kind of.
What the fuck?
Yo.
God damn. So being in Harlem, you got to know where to get a good meal at. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a good chopped cheese, whether it's a good plate, whether it's a good Chinese spot, whatever.
We started the chopped cheese too.
So break it down, cause there's Habibi's, I want to say, but where is the original chopped cheese? Because the Bronx tried to take ownership of it.
Yeah, it's
You
not
know what I'm
true.
saying? Brooklyn's
It's not
starting to try and
true.
take
Yeah, look.
ownership of it. Could you please give us the true origins of the
got you.
chopped cheese?
I'm
bro?
gonna lay it down for
Need
you right
that.
now.
Yes,
Now look,
please.
everybody in here, we all got computers in our
Let's
pockets.
gather around. Let's listen.
Right?
Yes.
No, we all got computers in our pockets. Everybody
Yes,
got a
we
phone,
do.
right?
Yeah.
You Google, where's the original chopped cheese from? It's gonna tell you, and that's accurate. Haji's 109th and First, 110th and First.
The original chopped cheese.
Yeah, where's it
They
from?
still there?
Yes.
Yeah, they still there. Carlos died. Rest in peace, Carlos. That was the chef. That was the original
Yep.
chef.
Blue Sky Deli,
Carlitos.
aka Haji's,
There you
right
go.
here.
That's the
First
originator.
Ave.
That's the root of the chopped cheese in New
Come
York
on now.
City.
100%.
Now, what
all
makes-
around the world. If they got chopped cheese in Atlanta now,
Yeah.
I be seeing it everywhere now. LA, we
They not even doing it right.
Yeah,
Yo,
but
I
they,
mean,
it started
you
there.
can get
though.
a chopped cheese at Whole Foods. You know what? I knew when chopped cheese
Nah,
really
that's
started
poison.
going
That's
crazy.
poison.
When like the IG like chefs
poison.
started putting like their own spin on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I follow this page, Grill Nation. You get watched. You start watching people cook on Instagram. Like, damn, that's really good as a motherfucker, right? So like they was making like Wagyu chopped cheeses and shit. And I was like,
Wow. Came a long way, man.
came a long way, brother. Came a long way.
Yeah, we're not trying to gentrify the chopped cheese. Like,
It's too far gone, bro. It's
yeah.
already
No,
already
I know.
happened.
I'm
It's already
just,
happened.
I know. I see it. Trust me, on TikTok
I
I,
don't like
see it,
it.
but nah, I'm going to Haji's. Fuck all that
Yeah,
bullshit.
nah, you definitely got to go. It's still good. But Carlos was the original chef, though.
Yeah.
Carlos died, I think, like 2013.
Damn,
They
rest in
messed up
peace,
his,
Carlos, bro.
But it's still good, though. It's still good. It's still go get a good sandwich from
Now we have the official answer. Chopped cheese was created and started in East Harlem. on
Now,
November 1st.
what makes Haji's chopped cheese more official than aside from being the original? Like, what makes it like perfect? Is it Is it more meat? Is it more
Hey,
like
yo.
I guess,
It
yeah.
was like just the way it's toasted is made, because it's like some folks think that you could just like put chopped burger meat together and smash it. It's like
you
it's
gotta-
chopped cheese. It's like, nah, man. Like there's a special way that it's done.
You got to season it well.
Yeah.
that bread gotta be toasted, mayonnaise and ketchup. You know what I mean?
You going hero roll or you going just regular?
You gotta go hero. You can't go roll. You gotta go hero.
Wait, you go. It's only hero?
Nah, it's rolls too.
Yeah, I do the roll. I do the.
The original is the hero.
The original is the hero. Yeah.
I just want to say
I do the
later.
roll. I only do the roll. If I'm doing hero, I'm doing cheesesteak.
That's what I must have. That's after I smoked a nice one. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I need the hero. But the roll's still good. Roll's still good. But you want the authentic experience.
Roll's official.
Yeah.
That's what you go for, man.
All the rappers blew it up. You know, like Cam and them, they used to go there.
Yeah.
Cam, when he did Killer Season, he shot it right in front of like Haji's and stuff like that.
Okay. You see Cam's sports show? His new sports show on Instagram?
I ain't see it.
Cam is like the Stephen A. Smith now, bro. Like, that shit is
he
hilarious.
serious or is it a
He's
joke?
dead ass. He is dead ass, bro. And I'm like, yo, give this show 5 months.
I didn't know if it was like a skit or like a
Bro, I
spoof.
thought it was a skit at first too, but then he had like maybe like 6 or 7, 8 episodes, and like he's doing like, you know, up to date like sports info, and he's like breaking down like, but you know, like on some nigga shit. And I was like, oh man, 4 months. I'm like 4 months max. This show's gonna be out of here, yo.
Really?
Out of here, yeah. Like somebody. Trust me.
It's hilarious though.
Trust me. Because Cam hooped. Like Cam
No,
knows his sports.
I know
you
that.
Know what I
I
mean?
know that. I know
Cam
that.
knows his sports, but he speaks it to an audience that, like, you know, like we all watch First Take, we all watch Undisputed, but they can't talk like how we talk. You know what I'm saying? Like barbershop or whatever. But like Cam, like he knows his shit, and it's unedited, it's raw as hell. I'm like, 4 months, either Amazon, one of these streaming services or whatever, they gonna throw a bag at that dude. He gonna be on some Stephen A. Smith shit.
We'll see.
Guarantee you. Harlem. That's the thing about Harlemites, man. Like they all. I'm not gonna say we. I wasn't born there, but I lived there. But I say Harlemites are like Renaissance men, man. You can't just be good at one thing.
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to do many different things and be good at all of them.
Exactly.
So my question to you is, besides rap, what is your secret talent that we don't know about? Like, what is the one thing that I see that smile. I see that smile. There's got to be something.
Oh no, man. I gotta say arguing, man. I like to argue. I like to argue, man. Debate, definitely.
You're a
gonna have
debater?
a good debate. Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
You feel like you could have been.
I'm a chef.
I was gonna go with chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a specialty?
I could have went to the league, but I had too much Henny in my Gatorade. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. So
could have went to the league, man. There was too much Henny in the Gatorade, man. You know what I'm saying?
I saw the video that you had with Wiz, and y'all had the, you know, it was a basketball themed video and stuff like that. So I got to see a little bit of your hoop game. You know what I'm saying? Like how was that? How was that shooting that video?
It was fun. I had a good time shooting that video with Wiz. I mean, right then and there is when he kind of changed my perspective on just how, like, at peace he is at life. You know, we had conversations about his come up, like him sleeping on couches and, you know, kicking it at the homies' cribs. And just me listening to him is like, all right, damn, that shit a little identical to, like what I got going on right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really enjoyed that shoot. I enjoyed talking to him. You know what I mean? How much time he gave us.
Ones,
too real.
When I first came up, I was at the Source magazine. Billy, you remember? Like my first year, Wiz and Currency used to just come to the office all the time and just just because they ain't shit else to do. You know what I'm saying? And I was there. So we just smoke on the fire escape and just chill out and like not sleep on couches, but like you just always around.
He kind of came up in like the blog era, right?
That
was the blog. I remember when blogs used to be a thing.
He's definitely a pillar of the blog era.
He's one of the blog era veterans. Because that's when Cushion OJ hit the scene and he was doing the day-to-day vlogs.
Wiz had the first trending album I've ever seen on Twitter. Like Cushion Orange Juice was the first time I saw an album like trending on Twitter for like days. It was him and Bieber. That was the first time I seen anybody do that type of shit.
You said Bieber?
Yeah, like Wiz don't even get as much credit as he should get. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because as far as like being able to like name your fan base or like galvanize like your community of a fan base, like he was one of the first rappers to really do it on a digital level. Like the Taylor Gang shit, like everybody was throwing up Taylor Gang and the Chucks and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Way back in the blog era, it was him and Bieber.
I was about to ask, who else would you say dominated that blog era?
Wale, Currency,
I mean, shit. You could talk
Smoke
about
Dizza, Big Crit,
the Cool Kids.
Cool Kids, Pac Div.
Yeah.
What about ASAP? Them too, right?
ASAP.
Oh man, ASAP.
Cole.
ASAP Mob came through like motherfucking like on some DMX shit for the blog era,
Yeah.
bro. like how there was this one day there was no DMX and all of a sudden they were the biggest shit anywhere.
Yep.
Right.
That's how ASAP Mob was for the blog era, bro.
Right,
like that fucking was it Pretty Flock? Was it Purple Swag?
Purple Swag.
I'll be that pretty motherfucker.
yeah.
I forgot
That
the
video
name
when
of
he
that.
comes out the
Peso,
deli.
it's called
Peso.
Peso.
That Peso video, I was like, that changed everything for motherfuckers, bro. Like he's
Blog era was like one of my favorite. Well, not
that's my favorite era.
time.
That's my favorite era of music.
Well,
I'm
90s.
biased.
Yeah, well, 90s,
You know
the
what
golden
I'm
era, like 90s. That's my favorite era.
I mean, I feel like we're supposed to say that because
no,
you
you're
know.
not. You're not
Who
supposed
your
to say.
favorite MC though? Like, when you say 90s, I gotta say MC. So who your favorite?
Oh,
Nah, for sure. It's a difference
I know.
though. You know it's
No,
a
I know,
difference.
you
yeah.
know. It's between Kiss and Hov.
Okay, that's a good two. That's a good
Yeah,
two. Yeah,
Kiss
Hov is always gonna be my number
Yeah,
one.
but-
But I'm glad you brought up the blog era, man, because I feel like that was. Huh? I'm reminiscing, bro. Because I'm worried.
That nigga, yo, he just like.
You see his eyes? You see the glisten in his eyes?
He said, man, yo. Man.
Hip hop. The nigga said, oh yeah, I
I was like, yeah,
like,
like,
nigga, we
shit.
passed that shit.
He must have made a lot of money.
Shit.
Hey, this nigga want to talk about the Source magazine another time. You want to reminisce the whole
said,
fucking
yeah,
episode.
but,
Nigga, this nigga trying to have a
not the
fucking
blogger.
like MC conversation. Nigga, what's your favorite blog? Like,
go ahead,
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro. I'm trying to give you your flowers, you I'm trying to give you your flowers, bro.
Man,
Damn,
nigga went left.
it's all good.
He must have finessed him a good play around that time.
Yeah,
clearly.
we all did, bro. We all ate good in the blog
Your
era.
eyes
bro.
are glistening,
Tell
bro.
you.
This is the blog era.
Tell you, bro. It was good
This
times.
nigga just ignored everything I just said. It was like, yeah, man, that blog era was
blog era,
crazy.
man.
I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna tell you why because now is the time where like that story gets to be told, right? Like who tells that story? Like the people who was in there, who was
That's
lived
a
it.
fact.
Like
That's a
everybody
fact.
from the '90s,
That's a
we've
fact.
had the '90s stories beat to
That's a fact.
death for us. I could tell you, I could recite full ass Source magazine articles from the '90s. Like I get it. I know that era. Who's gonna tell the story of the blog?
That's true.
era?
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That's
Like
true, though.
it's been long enough that we could look back at it and be like, oh man, like that was an incredible time. Look at all the artists that blown up through it, like the Kendricks, the Drakes, Weeknd, ASAP, Crit, Cole, all those dudes.
And that's
But-
with the 2010s, right?
yeah. That's like I would say that's what like 2008, 2009 to like 2017.
to like 20 Nah, not 2017.
2016.
20.
Whenever
15.
the feds came and got drama was when it was like
15, 14.
when the feds came, it was like, all right,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
God, that fucking sucked. But damn, man. So February, I think January 20th is when the new single drops, right?
You driving the 20th? Yeah. Red light. Yep.
Red light.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Red Light. What can we expect from that, man?
Red light is super vibey, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of those vibey joints, one of those me, playing around with the flows,
Mm-hmm.
playing with the tune a little bit, but still being me. Or
Now, bless
Fun
you.
record.
You
Fun
change your
record.
flow a lot. I like it.
yeah, I try not to be one way. I try to
Yeah.
play with the music. I've been one way a long time. You know what I mean? So now I think it's just time to play around with the music.
Versatile.
And show what I could do. Yeah, just have fun, have more fun with it.
Hell yeah,
Word.
hell yeah. It's a
I'm
bless
trying not to, for this year, I'm trying not to be so serious. I be
Oh, is
real
that a
serious.
resolution?
Yeah, I'm trying to just chill a little bit.
Look at this.
Nah, I'm kind of real serious though, cause
Nah,
I
because
feel
he
like
said by February
before-
you're going to be done with that.
by what? By being
Your
serious?
resolution. You gonna be
Nah,
out the window.
that's not true. That's not true. I'm gonna have my project out. I think I'm gonna be in a better space. Or
Okay.
I be real serious when it's time to, like, cause I feel like ain't no time to play. Like when there's nothing to play about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if ain't nothing to really play about, what we playing for? Like,
That's
Because it's
us.
fun.
nah, yeah, but
It's
sometimes
supposed to be fun, man.
You got 12 months in a year. Like you got time for fun.
Word.
You got time for fun.
Very true.
It's been
Very
a-
true.
Listen, it's been a real serious couple of months in rap. We done lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's been some violence. It's been just sad and all that type of stuff. We could use some damn.
That's
good
what I'm
feeling
saying. That's
music,
why I said
man.
for the new year, I'm gonna try not to be too
Hell
serious,
yeah,
man.
bro.
I respect
Like,
that.
yeah.
I respect that.
Hell
Yeah, that's a good angle to approach the new year.
Definitely. Blessed to the Max drops February 10th, I want to say. Is that the date?
Yep, February 10th, we dropping.
Man, I can't wait to hear that, brother. And I'm so happy you pulled up with us. I know you got a busy-ass press day today.
Thank y'all for having me. I enjoy myself.
Man, that's what we want to hear every time we have a guest.
That's the goal every time.
That is the goal. We want people to come in. I love when artists come in and they a little, they don't really know what to expect. And after that, I was like, oh man, that show was fun. That is the goal.
That's the goal.
It's a fun show,
That's
man.
all we want.
Everybody go stream new Neek Bucks. Make sure you cop Blessed to the Max, dropping February 10th. The new single Count on It is out now.
Yes.
Stream the song with 2 Chainz, stream the song with Wiz. Just hit Spotify, Apple, whatever the hell you listen to.
Right.
Type it in, get them streams up, man.
Yes, make sure y'all do that. And we starting the construction challenge. So tag me on your boots, man. Let me know how you tie yours, man. At Neek Bucks, you heard?
Hey, they still on. They holding on.
They on, man. Like, he gave a couple flicks. They stayed on.
They ain't going nowhere, man.
I'm not mad at this, but I'm not mad at that either.
Man, you know what? Yes, we will take a picture of the construction. We will see who gives it up the best.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. They did skip the same amount of...
They did.
The same amount of loops, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the tongue, really. Once the tongue starts flapping, it's like, oh yeah, you're doing too much. That's a lot.
Nah, this how you supposed to wear them. They supposed to flap.
If any emergency
they ain't going
happens,
nowhere.
you are not getting away quickly, yo.
I ain't going nowhere.
You are not getting away quickly in that, bro. There's no way.
Yo, bro, the nigga almost tried to kick them shits off 20 times. Them shits are not moving, bro.
They're not going
They're
anywhere.
not going nowhere.
Not going
I'm a
nowhere.
professional.
But I
I've been
bet
doing this too long,
if you
man.
go outside
Exactly,
and
bro.
run down the street,
I probably could beat you in a race right now.
let's go.
Hey, we can do it. Oh my God, Neek, thank you so much for kicking it with
y'all
us.
for having me,
man. Appreciate you, brother.
It is Low. Where we at, man? Where we at for this week?
Just getting right back to the office, getting back in the studio, back to work at Apple Music, new episodes of Hip Hop R&B Throwback.
Yes, sir.
Coming out January 9th. That starts Monday, so we back to work, baby.
Let's back to it. Rosie, what's up with you?
Not shit.
Yeah.
Not shit this weekend. This weekend I'm in the crib.
Man, I love it. Love to hear that. Stay in the fucking crib. Goddamn, you too mixy out here.
All right. Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. That's it for today's episode of Say Less with KAZ, Lowkey and Rosy. Thank you so much for kicking with us. Before we get out of here, make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/Kazeem. Make sure you type in Say Less with KAZ, Lowkey and Rosy in the Spotify, Apple, Amazon, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts. We pop up. Snapchat, TikTok, IG, all that good stuff. Appreciate the support so much. And of course, for folks who have been checking out my new show with Points Bet called Count It, my hoop show, thank you so much for checking that out as well. Make sure you go and subscribe and download the Points Bet app. I'm actually a pretty good gambler. I did not know that until this year. I was like, oh shit, I'm actually, little hoops, a little couple trends.
Yeah, do a little,
Made a couple dollars this week. I'm like, it's kind of nice, But thank you everybody for supporting me on that show. We're gonna continue to grow that out, and of course, we're gonna continue to grow Say Less. And thank you, Neek, for coming through.
Yes.
And like we always do at this time, you know what it is. Stay free, stay safe,
Right.
and always say less. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.